Hello there, I'm Dr. Nicholas Hagan, and this is Mary Jo Wagner. How are you today? I'd like to introduce to you someone very important in the network, and that is Mary Jo Wagner. How are you doing today, Mary Jo?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well. You know, this right here is very inspiring. I thought that it would really set the tone today, but I don't know, I feel like it's kind of in between us, and I'd rather that you hold it. Is that okay?
No.
No, you don't want...
If you really want me to, I will.
Yeah.
Why would you want me to hold it?
Well, you're talking now, so...
Okay.
Or here, we can just...
I think maybe behind you would be
Yeah,
good.
that's okay.
But thank you for that offer.
Okay. So let's get down to business. Okay. So Mary Jo, you're a physical therapist, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you been practicing that?
29 years.
Okay. So what inspired you to become a physical therapist?
Well, since I was probably 4 years old, my hands were always on people. I always wanted to work out their muscle spasms or their pain levels. So, and then when I grew up, I thought, how can I do that in a career? So I interviewed chiropractors, osteopaths, and physical therapists. So
wow.
I'd always gone to, as kids, my parents loved chiropractors. I'd never been to a physical therapist, and really knew about osteopathy just because I knew they did a lot of hands-on. So I wanted to do more than, chiropractors do more than manipulation, but that was their mainstay because I needed my hands on the tissue. So osteopaths did that, but they were now becoming MDs. So I learned at the time that osteopaths were teaching physical therapists. Some of them were teaching them their trade. So I thought if I became a physical therapist, then I could do all my postgraduate in osteopathy, which is what I did.
Okay. So you have specialties more than just physical therapy then?
Yes.
So osteopathy is one of them.
Yes.
Are there any others?
Well, as a physical therapist, your continuing education is very broad. So, yes, there is more than that. So exercise, muscle imbalances, taping procedures, kinesiotaping, mecanal taping.
Love the taping.
Yeah, and there's offshoots of it, different techniques of treatment that just go a long way. But osteopathy is certainly my mainstay and what I keep growing in.
Okay.
In several areas of osteopathy.
Awesome. So for the listeners who aren't familiar with osteopathy and physical therapy, what's something that you could tell them that perhaps it would apply to them, or they could understand better what exactly that means?
Physical therapy is a tremendous education because you learn the physiology of the body, the muscle systems of the body, movement, so many things that I took with me from that. The nerve innervation, how things work. So I left there with an extremely strong base of education and physiology, biology, kinesiology, amazing degree. And now it's a doctorate program. So from that, the base I probably take for granted in some ways because I have a strong understanding of the systems of the body and the muscular system in particular. Then in osteopathy, it would be, the main things I've studied are the craniosacral system. So the craniosacral system has a rhythm. It's your brain and your spinal cord. It has a fluid called cerebral spinal fluid, which helps the whole system function. So I know how to feel that rhythm, how to get the rhythm, the cerebral spinal fluid moving better. Another modality is muscle energy. So in muscle energy, we can feel the joints of the body, from even the joints in the head, the spine, the arms, the legs, the feet, and we can feel when they are they're incongruent. And there's a system with muscle energy to put each joint back into place using an actual physical contraction from the person's body. So another one is strain counter strain, and that releases muscle spasms in the body. So everybody probably knows what a muscle spasm is, but we can release that in a positional release immediately, within a minute or two. And then myofascial release it's a system of the body that's ignored in a lot of modalities. And the fascia covers everything in the body, and it can raise havoc with people.
Absolutely.
So I'm trained in feeling that fascia, moving it. It can pull up to 2,000 pounds of pull per square inch on someone. So they could be having pain, trying a myriad of things to get them better. But until their fascial system is addressed, if that is a problem, they'll continue the pain pattern. So those are just a handful. Those are the main modalities that I practice in osteopathy. And
wow.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
That is amazing.
And I've retaken classes over and over because there's just a lot to it, and I've had to keep learning it to master it.
Mm-hmm. So you're always continuing your path of education and getting more specific of how you can help people specifically.
Yes, absolutely.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, it's very rewarding.
So what do you enjoy most about being a physical therapist?
I absolutely love the one-on-one with people. And, you know, it's such an intimate situation when someone comes to you that's been in pain, whether it's a week, a day, years. You know, you get some people that have been in pain for years, or their children are in pain, or they're, you know, craniosacrally, their child isn't functioning normally. It's a passion, and to sit there with that person and to listen to them and to evaluate or decide if some of the things I do can help them. And in an honest way, if I feel like after seeing them even once that, you know, they need something other than what I do, that's great. But it's so rewarding to have those other options for them to bring about healing. And sometimes it's very dramatic what they feel in even one session. So the rewards are phenomenal.
Yes.
It's very rewarding
And
to help people.
Yes. And I'm a testimonial for that as well. I've seen Mary Jo only a few times. However, every session I've had breakthroughs in how I move, how I feel. She did a release on my pectoral muscle, and a lot of my shoulder started to release and my elbow. I used to have tingling down my arm, and that all went away after one session. So I know that the work that you do is extremely powerful.
Yes,
so I want other people to know this. So what could somebody expect when they first come and see you? Like on a day one, like an evaluation?
Well, you know, it honestly is them. I think that every person is an individual, so it's so different for every person coming in. So they will tell me their history. I'll listen to them and see what they've done, where their pain is, the things that they've attempted so far to rid themselves of their pain, what their lifestyle is, sometimes what their diet is, their exercise, ergonomically. You know, I'm a big ergonomics person. What are you doing every day? Because that can be directly affecting what they're doing. Sometimes that's one of the only things, and once we correct that, they're fine. So it's really an intimate session of hearing what their needs are, what their goals are, what they've been through, what they want from me. You know, what do you want from me? And then just through hearing them, I learn so much. That's the key, is hearing what they need and want and what they've been through. And then from there, I'll start looking at the different systems of the body, how they move, how their joints are moving, how their muscle system's moving, their fascial system, their cranial system, their joints.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and then we zero in. We zero in, and I can tell them, usually in one session, they should expect results. And there are some situations where the systems are all functioning fairly well and they don't need a lot. Sometimes they have a couple systems that need help. So it's a matter of, in one session, I can tell a lot. And in 1 to 6 visits, there can be some pretty dramatic results. And I can usually tell in the first session if they need these modalities.
Good.
Yeah.
That sounds wonderful. Well, I think we've learned a lot about Mary Jo Wagner today. And I would like to say that she is a wonderful lady. And I highly recommend that you come in and see her. She's located here in our office at Windmill. We're located right off of 270 in Gravois, for those who may not know. However, what's a good way to get a hold of you?
My phone number.
Your phone number.
Yeah, and through Windmill Wellness Center, but most people I do all my scheduling individually, so.
Okay. Well, we will have that information available to you either through this video or at the link below. So thank you all for watching, and thank you very much, Mary Jo, and we look forward to serving you.
Thank you.